Hello folks, welcome to Toy Reel. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today we're having a look at the Beastbox Air Force set, and this is one that the moment it got announced, I was really excited for it. This has been brought to us by Joy Toy World. They actually sent this out to us to have a look at. So thank you very much, Joy Toy World. I really appreciate it. This is one that I was really excited about. The paint schemes and everything on this look really nice. I haven't seen a Beastbox product this large before. Box-wise, not even in videos and stuff. I haven't seen one this big. I don't know if I'm the first one to have a video out of this. I might be, I might not be. But let's get in and have a look. All right, so first things first, how big is this box? So here's an unopened Beastbox, regular size, one that will be featuring on the channel at some point in the near future. And yeah, this thing's big. This thing is insanely large. This is basically the size of 4 Beastboxes. In fact, it might be slightly more than that. The good thing about that, and I do apologize for the glare, is that in the actual box, all of these things are displayed amazingly. Like the owl is like fully out and on display. The wasp is fully, I want to call this a wasp, but it's kind of more like a bush bee. Anybody in Australia will know what I'm referring to when I say bush bee. That's what it reminds me of. It's exactly the same mold, it's just different colours, much like the rest of these. But whereas the original ones tend to have one side of their legs all folded in, if you look, you can actually see that everything is actually out and on display. The only thing you would need to do when you take this out of the box is flip the antenna around. And then, of course, we have, so hang on, we've got the names. We've got Thunder, Overlord, and Blackwind. And I have one piece of criticism, which is that this is in reverse, which is fine. Look, it's just a bit of an oversight. Obviously, whoever was making the mold for these inside the box wasn't communicating with the box artists as well as they probably should be. On the back, we have things in the order that they are in the front. So this is directly in front of where the wasp is. This is directly in front of where the owl is. And this is directly in front of where the dinosaur is. Shows off their beast modes. Shows off their box modes. All nice. Warnings, words, so ons and so forths. We have here the people that were involved in making of these toys. Obviously there's multiple people here, and there you have a nice close-up look. On the side, we get similar sort of thing. Then on the other side, we get a few obligatory product shots. On the top, we have this lovely carry handle, and this does make this feel really nice and premium. I mean, this is just the same sort of handle that you get on most boxes, but the fact that they've done it at all, I mean, this thing is huge. It made carrying this around Sydney much easier. Nothing fancy on the bottom, just a little bit of tape to keep everything together. I have actually sliced this open just to get ready to get in, but I have not looked at anything inside at this stage.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.
I don't do this very often, but I actually thought we'd have a look at the background inside the box first, just because I actually really like this. I'm kind of tempted to try to find a way of reusing this. I don't know if it'd be worth it, but maybe I might be able to try and fit it inside my display somehow and then have everything inside of it. I mean, this is the first of these really large boxes that I've had. I think it's the largest they've done. I don't know that for a fact. Quite happy to be corrected on it. One other thing I do really want to point out very quickly, mainly for Xavier, if you happen to come across this, you will be very happy to know that not only are the dashes on the front of the boxes and on the instruction booklets, but they're also on the cards. Here are all the cards. I'm going to start with Thunder, just because this is the same sort of owl that Nocturne was. And Nocturne was the only way that you could get that, and obviously that has not re-released at this stage. We now have another way of actually purchasing that mold, which is really nice. This is the same mold as the previous owls, but because it's a different style of owl, I would argue that most people want to have this in their collections. As the squadron leader of the Skyforce, Thunder is best known for its exceptional flying talent and excellent commanding skills. When the night comes, it is time for classified mission sortie. From the LRS to CAS, it is one to count on. LRS, long-range surveillance. CAS, close air support. So, first thing I notice, on the card they're called Skyforce, but on the box they're called the Air Force. Not a big difference, but that's clearly a translation error there. This is an outstanding buddy of the Skyforce, and also best supporter high above all. Air Superiority's scope of work includes ground survey communication, relay, and air patrol. So reading this, it appears that Skyforce appears to be a larger group, where the Air Force is specifically this group of 3. The fast vibrating wings and lightweight ally armor allow the bearer to traverse through the battlefield with great speed and carry out all kinds of tasks. No matter how hard the reconnaissance or assault mission may be, Black Wasp always gets the job done. Interesting. His name is Black Wing, but down here it's Black Wasp. My guess is that the name changed at some point and they've missed that. That is very clearly an error. Just one last thing looking at all 3 together is you'll notice the grids are back to our normal ones after the ones that we looked at last time. But they're all very similar, which for a group that works together kind of makes sense. They're all more or less identical with the exception of the leader has more courage, which would make sense again. All right, and here we are with the honestly beautiful, beautiful presentation. Everything is laid out separately, whereas they could have put them in the boxes. They've put them in their full adult animal modes, and it looks really pretty. This is the first time we've seen individual, actual unique box charges on the channel. Certainly not the first time that they've done it. Most special editions will come with a special box charger. The special edition Wasp that I have also comes with a charger of its own, but we haven't shown that on the channel yet. Otherwise, it's identical. It's the same thing. It's just in a blue plastic, and it's got the logo on it. You will find a lot of variations of these if you look throughout the entire line. Otherwise, all 3 of them have the same box charger. I've got to say, I really, really love how this is all laid out as well. It wasn't super obvious on the website. I didn't even really notice. But whilst these all kind of look like they belong together, the colorings are actually different. And I wasn't entirely aware of that at first. But I'm really glad that it is. Lovely plastics to protect the wings and everything in transport, and the legs in transport. Nothing like that here for our friend, but they was not needing it. A little bit of tape here holding in Overkill. Oh, here we go. Another bit of plastic protecting wings. So the tape is actually holding down the plastic that was keeping the legs separate. Bit of a loose wing there. Well, no, they're both like that. Hang on. It's supposed to be like that. That's right, because Havoc has the action where you can flap. I haven't actually had Havoc yet, so this is the first time I'm personally looking at this mold. So I'm going to spend a bit of time playing with all three now, and I will come back to you and kind of show you what I think. We're starting here with Blackwing, who is obviously a repaint of the gunpowder mold. I really, really love these colours. They go together really nicely. Even like with the touch of red down here. When it comes to repaints, like they are a staple in the toy industry. None of us should be shocked by this at this point. But I really do feel like they've gone a little bit above just a simple repaint at this stage. Lovely Air Force logo here up on the top. The oranges are nice. I really love these details on the eyes. That is a really nice touch. At a distance, it almost looks like a reflection, but obviously it's not. It's really, really nice. The see-through black wings is a nice touch as well. This is kind of like a bluey grey. It's kind of medium, but it kind of leans towards blue in the greys, and I quite like this. It goes with the orange really nicely. This orange here, which is painted as opposed to this, I kind of wish they were closer. That's probably the only real criticism I've got paint scheme-wise. They've done really, really nicely on this. He looks gorgeous. Just some really, really nice choices. This is the third version of this mold that we've seen to this point. I have done a transformation of this before, but I'll do one really quickly, just so that you can see.
Entertainment of 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 entertainment.
Candy and the sun. Could you make me a woman? Showtime. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run daggers for you, daggers for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Go pump, pump, pump some neurons. I know you're used to Lucy. Dinner, dinner, dinner. Such a shunt. It tastes good. Such a shunt. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Surprise. Hip hop, bebop. Dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop. Doesn't mean that they don't love. Hip hop, bebop. Bop, bop, bop. Dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop.
Just a little bit of nicotine.
The sun.
Just a little bit of nicotine.
Cream in your sugar now.
Little bit of nicotine.
Doesn't mean that they don't love you.
Should've never had a birthday, Dad. Should've never had a birthday, Dad. Should've never had a birthday, Dad.
So, there you are. There's your cube. First impressions, everything in this is really, really tight at this stage. Like, super seriously tight. It may loosen up over time, but it just, the mold that I've got of this one just seems to be very, very tight in the joints, which makes transformation just that little bit harder. But otherwise, it's pretty much what we expect. And here we have Thunder. So this is one of the Horned Owl molds. So we previously had seen Nocturne in a very limited release last year. I do realise that technically all of the owls are the one mold, but let's be fair here. This is not the same as the other one. The other three owls look very different than this. Lovely, really dark navy blue here, along with the scarlet. I'm pretty sure this is a scarlet by the look of it. The grey on this one is lighter, and I do really like it. It sets off really nicely. I really, really love the paint schemes on these because they really go out of their way to make these feel premium. It's not just a matter of, well, we will just paint in solid colours here. Like, there's actual detail on this. We also have the logo here, which is the same as the other, obviously in a different position. It's just really nice. And a lot of us have been waiting for another release of Nocturne because we've been wanting to get the Horned Owl. I unfortunately didn't get into this line until after Nocturne was done, so I missed out on that. But honestly, at this point, I don't think I mind because this is really pretty. Really, really pretty. If you've seen one owl, you've seen most of them, but no, it's just really nice. All right, so transformation.
I know you're used to Lucy, but I run daggers for you. I'm in charge, daggers for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Go pop some neurons. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Such a shun, such a shun. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Hip hop, bebop.
And then we have pretty much a perfect cube. Like, this is one of the most perfect cubes that you can get in the line. And if you're very careful, you can get a little bit of a peekaboo from the owl. So that is the same as the transformations for all of them. Joints are not quite as stiff on this one, but they're certainly not loose. This is probably what I would be expecting you to receive. Just because the first one was insanely tight, I thought I'd probably follow up with the rest just to give you an idea. And here we have Overlord, which is a repaint of Stratosphere. Really liking what I see here. Not 100% sure. I have a feeling I may have said Havoc earlier on, and if I did, hopefully I've corrected that. But it is a version of Stratosphere, not of Havoc. Which, either way, honestly, is a Beastbox that I don't own. I do like the look of this one. They look very similar, except one is a pterodactyl and one is a bird, obviously. It's fun. Ball joint, swivel. Mouth opens and closes. This articulates. The feet on mine are quite tight. There's actually a ratchet here. Which is probably just as well because the weight of it, these legs wouldn't be holding it up very well otherwise. But I still haven't quite figured out the best way to have him posed yet. I really like the colours of this. Colours-wise, it's very much a blue-grey. Leaning more towards the blue than it is the grey. It reminds me a lot of the Space Wolves from Warhammer 40k.
They don't love hip-hop, bebop, bop, bop, bop. Dance till you drop, hip-hop, bebop. Bum, 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 bum. Just a little bit of nicotine. The sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. Little bit of nicotine. Din doesn't mean that they don't love you. When I'm in charge. With me. It tastes good. Din. It tastes good. Pump, 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 pump.
Should've never had a birthday. Should've never had a birthday. Should've never had a birthday.
I know you're used to Lucy, but I run such a shun. I'm in charge. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run.
Should've never had a birthday. Birthday dad?
Yeah. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop, mean that they don't love. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop.
And then we have his box mode. This kind of, it fits together the same way as Stratosphere does. I do find like I'm having a little bit of trouble around here. Seems to be fine though. And here we have them all together. So.
Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. Little bit of nicotine. Doesn't mean that they don't love you. Well, that's all for today. Bye-bye.
Honestly, beautiful set. I highly recommend this. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the moment that I saw the pictures of this first being released, I knew this was something that I had to have in my collection. If for any reason you don't have the originals of these, then obviously this is going to be a must-have. But all three of these are absolutely phenomenal. I'm still in love with this wasp mode. Like, I'm in love with this mold. It's what brought me to the line to begin with. I have all 3 versions of this that's out now, unless there's one that I've missed. If there is one of this mold I've missed, please let me know, because I need to have it. Yeah. I love this. I love this entirely. And there we are with the Beastbox Air Force set. Did the box need to be this large? No, but I'm sorry. That is a box that impresses. It really, really does. It perfectly shows off the figures. If you're someone that's an in-box collector, this is something you need to have in your collection, because this is something that stands out. I would argue maybe even more so than some of the other special collections. This really stood out to me. Look, I'm a fan of the Beastbox line, so obviously I've got positive things to say. It has a repaint of one of my favourite releases they've ever done. It's got a repaint and a really nice repaint of one of the most popular molds they've ever had in the Owls. It's got a really nice Stratosphere in it as well. This is a win all across the board. And my wall is starting to look really pretty. I'm really starting to like it. Look, thank you very much for Joy Toy World for sending this out. Like, this is just phenomenal. If you are looking to add to your Beastbox collection, or anything else that they sell for that matter, if you use the code TOYREEL at checkout, you'll receive 5% off your order. You're still getting your free shipping, everything like that. Plus, their prices are really, really good to begin with. They've been sponsoring us and supporting us for quite some time, long before I came on board. But when it comes to the Beastbox line, you really can't go better than there. Like, Beastbox are legitimately putting out some of the best transforming toys on the planet right now. Legitimately.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.